Hi, I'm Kelly,
And I'm Gabby,
and this is our journey.
and doing our part to help end poverty.
In 1964, United States faced a poverty rate of 19% that began the war on poverty. In 1970, the national poverty level had dropped to 12.1%, while Ohio managed a somewhat better rate at 10%. Ohio seemed to manage a poverty level that had always been below the national level until recently, where Ohio has begun to rise and exceed the national rate. From 2002 to 2008, poverty has grown by 41.7%, with only a 1.2% increase in population. Poverty is a worldwide issue that is defined as living in a state where a person or family does not make enough money to provide for their basic needs: food, water, clothing, and shelter. Many times, this results in homelessness, food stamps, soup kitchens, and other homeless shelters. Poverty in Ohio, specifically Central Ohio or Columbus, has increased over the past couple of decades. Today, poverty in Columbus is still going in the wrong direction.
A way we chose to make an impact in Columbus was to volunteer at the Mid-Ohio Food Bank, where they distribute food to people in need in Central Ohio.
She take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger way over town that digs on me.
She give me money.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead. Cutie the bomb, met her at a beauty salon with a baby Louis Vuitton under her underarm. She said, I can tell you rock, I can tell by your charm. Far as girls, you got a flock. I can tell by your charm and your arm, but I'm looking for the one. Have you seen her?
No, we ain't seen her. She give me money.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead. 18 years, she got one of your kids, got you for 18 years. I know somebody paying child support for one of his kids. His baby mama car crib is bigger than his. You will see him on TV any given Sunday, win a Super Bowl and drive off in a Hyundai.
Hi, so we're like halfway through with our volunteer job, and we've been sorting through squash, and basically we're taking out all the ones that have mold on them, and so far we've gotten a huge bag full of drippy squash, and we had to drag it across the box into the trash bin, and I almost puked.
Alright, so we're like an hour in, and we're sorting through squash, and it's been like really enjoyable, let me tell you. And like, it just smells really great, and like, especially when like the moldy squash just gets all over you and in your hair. It's like the time of my life. And like, I just like can't wait to do the other couple hours.
In volunteering, we sorted through fresh and spoiled squash and also checked donated food for expiration dates. We were able to help feed people who live in poverty and who are unable to feed themselves. The company was very gracious for our time and help. Volunteers are what run their programs. Every day, thousands of tons of food arrive at the food bank. So without people to help them, it would be impossible to sort through all the food before it all expired. With our aid, these companies are one step closer to changing the poverty rate to one that is increasing to one that is decreasing.
My favorite part of volunteering was that knowing that you made an impact and helping people in need, even though they really didn't know who you were or what you're doing and the time you spent to help them. It was just the feeling of knowing that you did something and didn't just sit around and wait for a change, but you actually acted on it.
My least favorite part about volunteering was probably getting lost on the way there, and also the horrific smell of the squash, the rotted squash all over the place, and probably getting it all over your clothes and sometimes in your hair too. But other than that, I had a really great time volunteering, and I'm definitely going to come back sometime to help out. It is the City Council's job to create programs that will help people living in poverty find long-term solutions. It is their job to create legislation, for example, that could send government workers to the food pantry to teach lessons to those who eat their meals there that develop desirable skills and qualities in good employees.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and you are?
I'm Colin Baumgartner,
Okay.
Ohio Food Bank.
Okay, I was just wondering how what are the poverty trends over the couple of years that you've observed from your personal experience throughout Columbus?
Sure. Well, over the last several years, really when the recession started back in 2005 and 2006, you really see the need climb significantly in our service territory. Back before we moved into this building 2 years ago, we were distributing around 30 million pounds of food. This year we'll be well over 40 million pounds of food. So that's a pretty big increase in just a 2.5 year time span. So that again speaks to what the need is in the community, and unfortunately it's still trending in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm. What are things that people can do throughout the community to help?
Well, certainly we need lots of volunteers to come out and help us sort and pack and do all those types of projects to get the food that comes in out in an orderly fashion. We need to have food to do that with, so we rely a lot on the industry to donate food to us, and the community to step up and donate food to us as well. And if you don't have food to donate, obviously money works too. We can usually stretch the dollar a lot farther than the average consumer can. For every $1 that's donated to the food bank, we distribute $8 worth of groceries, so we have a tremendous buying power when we do have to go out and buy things that are missing from our warehouse. And you can always get involved at the government level. Make sure that you're supporting programs that support ending hunger in our community.
What are the current government programs that are happening to help with poverty?
Well, right now there's a lot of budget cuts on everything, and we've been lucky here at the food bank level that one of our programs that helps us bring in a lot of fresh produce during the harvest season actually was one of the few programs to not see a decrease in funding in the last budget cycle. So that's a lucky thing. But most of the other programs that support hungry families out there are facing significant cuts and probably will face even more cuts in the future. As a result, we're getting some fewer donations from, say, the USDA and TPAP and other programs that give us a pretty good supply. These might account for up to a quarter of our inventory at any one given time, and those donations, because they're facing potential cuts, have tapered off a little bit.
And what is your favorite part about it?
Well, I love interacting with people. We have 12,000 volunteers that come through every year, so to see a group that's having a great time in our volunteer area is great. And then when we go out and we do produce markets and things in the community, to see the smiles on the people's faces that are getting something to eat that they might not otherwise have gotten is a tremendous feeling. So I think on the whole, there's a lot of good work that's going on here, and you never really leave without a smile on your face.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
To advocate for this issue, we participated in Occupy Columbus. On November 15th, we participated in the camp on the State House lawn for a symbolic sleep with the homeless.
We also addressed a letter to Erica Jones of the Columbus City Council to ask for needed legislation.
Last, we made signs with poverty facts to promote awareness to our neighbors.
The hand washer. This can't be real. No. It can't be. Oh my god. We thought we were done. We just got in another boat.